These are what I call emergency winter protection. And that's what we're talking about today, really. Now, some of the fellas in here, they're gonna know what these are right away. And we're gonna see who knows what this is. If any of you guys don't know what this is, we're gonna have a problem. It's concrete mesh. It's like the mesh that you put down in your concrete if you're pouring a sidewalk. You see how this laying down here like that? That's what you pour when you're pouring concrete. And what this does is it stiffens up the concrete. But you already know how we doing it over here. But let me show you how this works. If you got a raised bed, garden bed, whatever it is, when that cold comes in, you can pick these up from Lowe's for $3. And I'm gonna show you how simple this is to put in. You got the little plugs on the end, run it down to the bottom, boom. Set it to the other side. Boom, y'all. Now I already know y'all know where I'm going with this. $3. $3 a piece. That's what they cost. $3 a piece. So that's how my peas made it through that last 25 degrees that we had. Everybody was asking, how did my peas make it? They didn't make it on their own. They had a little help. So you can throw these things up. Anybody can put them up. So we can't use the excuse that I'm not healthy enough or I can't do all the physical stuff that you do. Anybody can do this. You take it, sit it to the other side, just drop it down on there, push it in. You got these little spikes on the end. So it's already made for you. Concrete mesh. Just take it down to your soil right here and you just push them in. This is the simplest little DIY setup you can absolutely have. And it's cool because they work on every bed. Now, the reason why I really wanted to do these is because I just planted some alfalfa seeds and I'm late in the season. And of course, the younger that the seedlings are, the more vulnerable they are to cold. You can cut them to whatever size you choose. They're flexible. And then to secure it, let me show you what I do to secure it. And this makes this thing strong as anything that you want to add to it. So you see I have these little posts that I get from Tractor Supply. I put some little wire mesh connectors on the top there. And this is all this does. I come over here, line it up with the posts, and just drive it in. And that's what's going to secure the whole thing. Just push them in. And then you take that, and everybody know what we're going to do with this now. You lock that in. And what that does is keeps it in place. And then I got another one for the other end. You just drop it down, force it into the soil. And there you go. Same thing on this end. You lock it in. Like I said, we done did this thing. It's tried and proved. I don't know if anybody know what a Gaylord bag, but if you've ever worked in a warehouse or anything like that, those big old boxes that you get all kind of stuff off the containers that come off the shipping yards, they have these big Gaylord bags in it. Like I said, I try to do all of this stuff by myself because oftentimes I'm out here by myself. So I try to do projects that one person can do. And you got a whole little hoop house. 5 minutes, you got a hoop house. 5 minutes. You got a whole hoop house in 5 minutes. And again, this is what's going to secure the whole thing. The metal raised beds, you probably can get you some clothespins and go around the edges of your raised bed. But me, I have like some wood blocks, and I'll take the wood blocks and all the way around, I'll mount the wood blocks right here, all the way around. They sell plastic on Amazon, the greenhouse plastic. I just wanted to show you just how fast this is and how simple it is. And putting it on didn't take 5 minutes to put that on there. That was the build and install. So I can show the garden without having all of these things all over the place. And then when I don't want to show it and the weather's good, these are early frosty peas here. Let me show you how easy this is. Here's the same thing. So they work on all kind of beds. No matter what you're doing, you can crisscross it. Now you got a whole thing here. Same thing, you throw your plastic across it. If you got some larger plants, like what I have right here in my collards, so what I'll do is I'll put a frost blanket across it first, and then I'll put the plastic over it. Because what's gonna happen is the frost blanket is gonna keep it from touching the plants, and that's what you don't want. But you see how beautiful these collards are? They haven't been covered up, but that's my emergency system. If you ever had like an emergency plan, this is your emergency plan. And I just wanted to give you guys many examples of how to use it. You see how this is? It goes all the way to the ground. A large clear plastic bag, put it on there, tie it off at the bottom, and that's done. I mean, it really is that simple. And I'll go over here. This is the main reason why I was looking for that, because I just put my alfalfa in, and everybody's using alfalfa to fertilize their garden, so I wanted to do me an alfalfa patch. And you see all my alfalfa is coming up here. But if that cold comes back in, even though the alfalfa is cold hardy, it still would pretty much take these out because they're not established. I should have put these in October, but because I didn't have enough time, I've been doing so many other things, I got them in. But I can take that same little wire mesh, I can cut them down shorter, because I only want those to go maybe this tall over here so they can match up to the height of the bed here, and then I could secure the plastic to the bed, and that'll keep my alfalfa insulated throughout the winter, and springtime my alfalfa patch is in. Now the alfalfa, one of the reasons why I'm growing it, it has a 323 or 322 NPK. Meliloti bacteria is what you use on your alfalfa. I'm in Georgia zone 8A. We have gotten down before to 8 degrees. Our average should be anywhere from 2022, that's average, but there's no such thing as average anymore. I tell everybody, you can throw out all of that frost dates and all of that stuff. There's no such thing as when the frost comes in, when the frost goes out. You basically just watch the forecast. This time of the year, I'm always watching the extended forecast, more so than that 7 to 10 day forecast. And you have to be prepared to move when it's time to move. This thing's finna get easy for us. It's really finna get easy for us. And as the times begin to get rougher, and I don't do the politics on here, the religion, I try to stay away from both, but I can't get away from the spiritual side of what it is that I do and who I am. And that part of me is always looking out for my brothers and sisters and what we've come to be known as neighbors. I want to be able to share these things with you because I think some of us are going to be needing to get out here and learn how to grow this food.